Look at that. Wow. Errol Spence Jr. just did this to this man's eye. The boxing ego injury report continues in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you check out part 1 of this video, the boxing ego injury report, often imitated but never duplicated. Last night we had an epic battle. Errol Spence Jr., Yordenis Ugas. This was for 3 belts in a unification. And the results, Errol Spence won the fight. Before the fight, Yordenis Ugas looked perfectly fine, as you guys see in this video. Like, his face looked normal. He does have alopecia, that's why his eyebrows are non-existent. But after the fight, this is what Errol Spence did to Yordenis Ugas. You guys could see the damage. Let's go over the boxing ego injury report. As I stated in the previous video, Yordenis Ugas, he received massive eye trauma. Massive eye trauma, which I'll get to in a second. Possibly broken ribs and a broken nose. It is now confirmed that Yordenis Ugas has a broken orbital due to Errol Spence's vicious punch selection and punch placement. I really think at close range, it was the uppercut that produced a lot of this damage and yielded these results. Crazy stuff. This man, Errol Spence, has broken another orbital bone. If you guys have been a fan of boxing for some time, you will know that Errol Spence Jr. previously faced UK British fighter Kell Brook. And Kell Brook thought that Errol Spence was overrated. He was saying that Errol Spence is the new Jeff Lacey, and why are you Americans, you Yanks, why are you so high up on Errol Spence Jr.? And he found out the hard way why myself included and others were praising Errol Spence Jr. because just like Yordenis Ugas, Kell Brook, he met defeat. So basically, I'm in my fight with Errol. I tried to get Amir Khan after my fight with Triple G, and I want to give Errol a chocolate right hand brownie, right? And the outcome was pretty much the same. Yordenis Ugas and Kell Brook. The doctors have to keep checking on them. They're unable to see, the inability to see, impaired vision. I mean, it's just no way you can continue fighting Errol Spence Jr. in this impacted condition. I mean, the crazy thing is, and I made a tweet about this. You guys got to follow me on other social media platforms. That's the best way to tap in with me to make sure you're getting that boxing news pronto. Sometimes I'm not always in a position to make a video, but if you follow me on the Instagrams and that's at BoxingEgo1 or Boxing Ego on Twitter, you guys will get some of the information when I'm on the go. That being said, I posted this tweet. Bro, Errol Spence Jr., he's just out here breaking people's orbitals. God dang. Crazy thing is, Errol Spence's body shots look crazy too. So it's like, what do you protect? LOL. If you protect your body, then he'll break your orbital. If you protect your face and your orbital, then he'll crush your body. Yikes. So what I'm saying in this tweet is, you gotta, in essence, when you're fighting Errol Spence Jr., you better have some crazy defense. When you fight Errol Spence Jr., it's almost like you have to pick your poison. Do you want it in the basement or you want it in the attic? Basement or the attic? I mean, you got to go through the crawl space and, get a ladder, go up top to get to the attic, or, you got to flood in the basement. It's neither problem that you truly want to have. And that's what makes Errol Spence a monster. The punch selection, crazy. The ring IQ, crazy. He can box, he can brawl. He showed you he has a chin. He showed you he's triumphant and he has resilience because things outside, nobody's beat him in the ring, we know that. But outside of the ring, he's been tested for sure. Flying out of a car, he said he flew 40 feet. The car rolled, somehow he's still alive, hit pavement, hit asphalt, got back up, hopped up. This is like, to rap, to hip hop, what 50 Cent, his struggle. This is one of the reasons that 50 Cent had a crazy selling point, get rich or die trying. If you guys know 50's story, Hey, something special, man. Hey, Irv, make it hot, nigga. Hey, you gotta do something, baby. Shell hit my tongue, I ain't wait for Doc to get it out. Hit my wisdom tooth to spit it out. I don't smile a lot. Ain't nothing pretty. I got a purple heart for war and I ain't never let the city. Just like 50 Cent. People remember the music, of course, but on top of him being a talented musician, artist, they knew he had a crazy story. He was at his grandma's crib. Dudes, goons ran up, sprayed him, and tried to lay him down. They did lay him down, you know what I'm saying? But he got back up, shot 9 times. So when you have these, especially in the black community, in the culture, you know, you have these crazy tall tales, urban legend type stories, and you're able to somehow survive, it only makes your legend grow stronger. Look at Tupac Shakur. Same thing. It's like Tupac when he got shot and ambushed at Quad Studios in New York, you know, and then he checked himself at the hospital and continued to do his trial at the time. I mean, it just, these things, whether they're good or bad, the way it's perceived, it just makes you look like limitless. It makes you look almost invincible. And that's, Errol Spence kind of got that aura. Now, I'm not suggesting that he do that again or test the universe or whatever, but you know, at the end of the day, Errol Spence, he's a bad dude. And I think he's solidified that with his moves. I mean, he's fighting a guy off his career best win like Yordenis Ugas. He didn't have to fight him. Same way when he got in the car wreck, he didn't have to fight Danny Garcia. This is what he chose to do. He chose to fight top 5 guys off of trauma. And listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say it very clear so you understand. There is nobody doing what Errol Spence is doing, or possibly even willing to do what Errol Spence is doing in boxing. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly the same situation. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you have to get in a car wreck and then come back and fight someone top 5. But there's people who are coming off injuries or layoffs. They're definitely not doing what Errol Spence is doing. Case in point, you look at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was off a lengthy layoff. He last fought January, and he just had a fight recently against a random smaller African dude. Did we get him? Right? Emmanuel toe tag, right? And Golden Boy, they expressed this in several interviews that they wanted Ryan to take a tune-up fight, and that's exactly what they gave. The guy gave Ryan very little to think about. He was running around the ring. He was in survival mode. Toe tag didn't really give Ryan Garcia much to analyze and have to think about or worry about. Versus Errol Spence Jr., he was absolutely in them early goings, in them early rounds. He was absolutely in there with a dangerous guy and a threat. It just so happens Errol Spence Jr., as I've showed you in this Boxing Ego injury report, he's that dude. And he broke the will, and physically, the physicality of his fight style broke Ugas down. That's what changed the tempo. But had it not been for Errol's ring IQ, heavy hands, him and Derek James' game plan, then it could have been a totally different fight. Case in point, if Ugas would have fought anybody else, like if he would have fought Mikey Garcia or someone like that, there's no guarantee that he would actually have lost. He lost because of who he was in there with. And that's a testament to Errol Spence. And, you know, this is crazy. Errol Spence, you look at his past opponents and the outcomes are looking eerily the same. It's just a brutal fight. He's putting guys through the paces and really testing your gangster. And you got to really want it, because Errol Spence, there's something that I seen and I witnessed greatness in the Ugas fight where Errol Spence was a man on fire. Denzel Washington voice. I wish you had more time, right? He was not going to lose in front of his hometown crowd. Even with the mouthpiece mishap and fiasco, the man was determined. And after the mouthpiece, it seemingly got way worse for Yordenis Ugas, because that's where, if you look at that round and in the following round 7, Ugas started to give way and Errol Spence started picking up the pace and like, oh, F that. It's like he got that F that mentality. Crazy stuff, man. Errol Spence breaking people's orbitals, and his opponents are meeting the same fate. In the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics, and it showed me 50% of the people that watch my content in the month of March subscribed. The other 50% haven't done that. Let me know what I could do to earn your subscription. For more boxing content, news, dialogue, watch parties, lives, tell of the tape, subscribe to the channel. Me as a full-time content creator, it helps me grow organically and I appreciate it. ERROL Spence, rest up. Yordenis Ugas, wish him a speedy recovery. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. If your YouTube videos not getting any views, well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.